Welcome to the second of my series of short videos about the history and culture of Argentine tango. This time I thought we should talk about the origins of tango, which was pretty much simultaneous in Buenos Aires and Montevideo. However, more information seems to be published on Buenos Aires, and I'll focus my attention there. In the late 19th century and early 20th century, there was a need for manpower. The big industry was developing, particularly shipbuilding, and there was a vast amount of agricultural produce that needed processing and exporting. So there developed a mixture of people, the indigenous people of Argentina, with their own culture, music and dance, and then the influx of Spanish and Italian people, again bringing with them their own ideas about dance and music, and there were certainly influences from Africa and the Caribbean. All these combined in the poor areas of Buenos Aires. Initially, men would dance with men in order to develop some technique in tango, and in fact it was said that this occurred in the brothels while the men were waiting for the attention of a woman. There are also photos available where we see men in heavy boots and on rough surfaces practicing their dancing together. This became quite formalised in that practice sessions developed where men would dance with men for a couple of years before they felt able to dance in a milonga. And initially the men would dance as followers, and then when they had danced as followers for a couple of months, were a little more confident, they would lead other men. Only by experiencing being a follower can you know how to inflict that on another person, ideally another woman, in the dance. So I think as we get into the 20s, then tango would be very recognised by us today. And of course, people went to milongas, and the milongas had live orchestras playing. How wonderful that sounds. Of course, they were making records at this time, but the old process of making a record and pressing out individual copies was an expensive one and was controlled by the recording companies. So they chose the orchestras to record, and they chose how many tracks they would record, and they did this on the basis of what they could sell. So although the records existed, there wasn't any kind of electronic amplification to make that music suitable for playing at a milonga where there may be 100 or more people all anxious to dance. So they were the outlines of the origins of tango, and in the next video I'll talk a little bit about the instruments that comprise a typical tango orchestra. Thank you for watching.